G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the southeast side of the map, playing as the red French player, we have got Zacure. On the opposite side of the map, spawning in as the blue Chinese. It is the snake, it is the elephant in the middle, it is the one, it is the only. It is the Viper. And damn, isn't he looking so good here, playing on these Chinese. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm looking forward to seeing this game. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Chinese. I love the Chinese. And whenever Viper's on him, it just gets me all giddy inside. This map, of course, is Mongolian Heights. Mongolian Heights, a map that is, it's the only hybrid map that's actually in the ranked map pool at the moment. This, of course, is ranked ladder. This is not Golden League. Golden League will be on this weekend, though, as you guys know. Golden League is on every weekend throughout May. So you guys should know where to find that. I'll leave a link in the description. From 15 GMT on Saturday and Sunday. Let's talk a little bit about this matchup, a little bit about what we would expect to be happening here. Because this is an interesting matchup. In my opinion, this is actually a very good matchup for China. I think China like this matchup quite a bit, just simply because if you were to think about it from a, the perspective of what does France have over a lot of civilizations, no matter what the civilization is, what do they have over them? And the answer to that is scaling with regard to their villages. However, China takes that away. And the reason why China takes that away is because of the Song dynasty. So even if you're on one town center with China, you're always going to be keeping up with the villager count of the French player. It's never going to get out of hand. And because of that, it means that you kind of force the French player to hurt you. Obviously, as China, you want to be going for a two-town center play. You want to be trying to move into that 2TC Song dynasty, and that's essentially what the French player is trying to prevent you from doing. So often it can be about looking to find your window. Sometimes it can be difficult to find that window. There are some people who just go and rush a Song dynasty and a second town center, and and then they try and deal with it later. The response from the enemy, but that. I don't know whether that's going to be the case here today. Zacure is quite a good player. Viper, obviously, a good player as well. And I feel like he's probably not the kind of guy who's just going to go for a straight-up two-town center Song dynasty. I think he's probably going to look to play a little bit defensive earlier. One of the interesting things to note is we haven't yet seen either player take water. Something that we do see players do occasionally is take a delayed water. So basically, you would start off in a standard way. And we actually see a villager moving out now. So Viper demonstrating it perfectly right here. And I love the fact he's got the double IO opening, because it can be very difficult in the early game as China to get your Imperial official out if you do open on, heavily on wood, because you want to get up that fishing economy. So this is a really smart move from Viper. That way he's maximizing the fact that he's got two Imperial officials out. These guys are going to be independently supervising both of the important buildings at the early stages of the game. This one a little bit more inefficient. Only 3 villagers on that one. But he's already moved out now down to the dock. You cannot supervise a dock. Could you imagine how good supervising a dock would be? Like, you increase the production of the dock, and then you also get, like, an extra 20% on the resources that would drop it off. Oh my lord, that would be amazing. Jeez, could you imagine how good that would be? There's a reason why you can't supervise the dock. It's because it would be busted. But interestingly, Viper going for the 2 Imperial official opening. It means here that he's not going to have any gold. And you can see he is now struggling for gold. He's only on 40 gold at the moment. That's been collected from the Imperial official. He is out still collecting gold from the lumber camp. And now going to be chasing away a scout. Over on the other side of the map, we see that Zacure yet to take any form of fish, but is going to start taking the hunt. So we might look to see a potential survival techniques, or probably an early wheelbarrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that, but now it looks like Zacure going to be coming in and applying a fair bit of pressure here. Viper losing a bit of health on that scout. You can see his enemy scout's about the same health, but he's got to be careful there. That villager running a little bit low on health at the moment for Viper. And I guess one of the things to note is that Viper's going to be careful here, because the French player is up very quick. This is basically your old school French build order. You get out a knight as quickly as possible, and you can see Zacure doing everything right at this point to get that out. So one of the things that sort of scares me is if Viper doesn't realize this, he's going to be thinking about placing his Barbican. And you would look at your Barbican placement, and it's definitely going to be on the goal, but the question is, where do you go? And my fear is that if he goes over here, the knight is going to be too early. And you can see he's bringing out more villagers now, still being harassed on this gold. Zacure knows this is the weak spot. But if Viper because if Viper's playing this correctly, his Barbican should come down in a bit of a safer position. You still want to protect that gold, but you need it closer to the town center just because the Knights are going to come in. You can see how much he's done to delay Viper at this point in time. But now going to be forcing out one of those scouts. So a little bit of a... And this is the difference between, you know, the Conqueror players and the Diamond players. It is just this little bit of attention to detail. Viper just never lets up. And Viper doing a great job with the spot on the Barbican. So that's exactly where he wants to put it. If he comes out here, it gets picked up by the Knight, 100%. There's no two ways about it. And I think a lot of lesser players might not realize about how quick that Knight is coming out. But that was like a 4 minutes 15 age up from the French player. So you just have to assume that there is a Knight coming out. And that's exactly what was happening. So Zaku are going to be forcing or forced back, and you can see he's not going to be able to come in on that Barbican. It's just way too close to the town center, and you can try and hit these villages, but the reality is you're just not going to, and you take shots from the town center, you're going to be getting hurt badly, and it's going to limit your potential raids. And Viper coming up with a village now on the gold mine as well. Going to be looking to come in, bringing some... You can see the villagers fall back. Nice little fake out right there, but Viper not going to buy it. He's got 6 villagers on that Barbican. It's going to be up, and he has got a fishing economy. He's in a great spot right now. He is looking very healthy, very happy. He is singing all sorts of songs. But now that age up comes through, just shy of 6 minutes, plenty of villagers out on this gold. I don't know what the intention here is with all these villagers. Okay, I was going to say, 3 villagers on gold to me signals a dynasty. 4 villagers or 7 villagers on gold signals a problem. So unless he's thinking of like a fast castle, but even then, a fast castle against France. Actually, a fast castle against France probably wouldn't be bad if you go straight into Knights. That could actually be pretty good. Or go into Lancers yourself and just quite literally mass Lancers. I think that could definitely work against them. But I think in this situation, just going for the barracks is definitely the right call for Viper. But already, we see him down harassing villagers. Knight going to be coming out, looking to try and prevent those scouts from just being annoying. Double Knight coming out, so this is good for Viper. He's drawing the Knights back here, and this is such a smart move by him, and it really indicates that, you know, he's got quite a lot of skill. But now a couple of Knights back towards the base. Good little double attack coming in there from Zagur, and now we see more villagers being rallied out towards that gold mine. So this could signal that he is intent on going for a dynasty. But when I see 5 villagers on the gold mine, I'm thinking maybe he's even thinking about upgrades, could even be thinking about Chokunu. When it comes to this matchup, there's a lot of different ways that you can play it with regard to your military comp, whether you're thinking about like an age 2, you can go for like what I like to call like the melee comp, like the classic melee comp. You get your full melee upgrades, you go Horseman Spear, and that is definitely an effective way to play it, but you have to be very good on the micro for that. The other option is that you go very heavy on Chokunu, and then at the same time, you've just got enough spears to deal with any of the knights that are coming in underneath the town center, and typically that's a much harder style to play. I say much harder style to play, but because it's something that you have to balance. But now we can see that Zakur going to get chased away by those spears. They're doing a good job. What has Zakur got going on back in his base? We're at the 7-minute mark. He's just made knights up until now. Going to get that chivalry in. Wheelbarrows coming in as well, so going to be focusing on the economy. You can see he does a little bit of a raid back here. Viper doing an incredible job with that sheep as well. I think, you know, we can probably point that out. 19 sheep over here. Actually, it's probably more than that. Yeah, there's 23 sheep there, because 4 of them are dead. But now Viper actually going to be turning his attention towards the enemy. Look at this. This is very interesting. So coming forward, takes out 1 villager, and this forces the enemy now to respond to this. It says, okay, well, you know, the knights over here, they're not going to be bothering responding to it, but obviously we do see archers are going to be coming out shortly, but just being very, very annoying, very cheeky, very frustrating. So this is very annoying to deal with right now, but you know, Zaku is going to be able to deal with it. It's just that it's annoying. That's all. You know, preventing villagers have to come back onto the berries or go onto the deer, or rather onto the sheep or something like that. Like, you want them up on the deer, but Viper just being very cheeky and now going to get chased away with a single archer. So great investment of his resources there, and now that dynasty going to be coming up for the Viper. So the question is, where does he go from here? And it looks like it's going to be second town center. And I think this is a very smart play. One of the things that we've actually been seeing a lot of Chinese players do is moving away from 2 town center play. And I'm not even kidding you, like moving into 3 town center play. And it seems kind of wild, doesn't it? Like, how could a civilization that is literally, you know, making villages incredibly fast, like with Song Dynasty, you're talking about 35% faster, or rather 35% reduced time. So you basically, your 2 town center is equivalent to your enemy's 3 town center. So why would it make sense for you to even think about going into 3 town centers? Well, the reason why is because if your enemy is giving you time for 2 town center to work, they might actually be giving you time for 3 town center to work. And then, as a result, it means that you're in a very, very good position because your economy pays off sooner. So as long as you don't get attacked immediately after dropping those town centers, then you're going to be realistically, like, you're going to be positioned pretty damn well. But now Viper, you can see, he is going to be dealing with an enemy that is beginning to push in. He's done a great job in thinning the number of knights. We did see multiple knights going down, but now the town center coming down for Viper here. He's got to be careful. First villager going to be going down. Second villager going to be going down as well. If he's not careful, third villager going to be careful. Falls back. So second town center coming out for the Viper at this point. So really starting to take a hold of the economy. Back on the other side, Zakur, though, he is just chilling out, but now he's got a bit of a problem because the junk is in the middle, and that is going to prevent any reinforcements. Just like horsemen would catch reinforcements, this junk is going to be catching reinforcements, and it's very difficult to deal with this. The only appropriate response here for Zakur is that he's going to have to bring a villager out to drop an outpost and then try and force this back. That's going to be one of them. The other one is brute force, but that is a very difficult argument to make. But now, continuing to move around, the forces for Zakur are looking very small at the moment. He's working on his upgrades. We'll take a look and see. He's got double broadaxe. He doesn't have specialized pick. So we don't have horticulture just yet. Don't have survival techniques either. But he is beginning to move out towards other spots on the map and look to diversify his composition, or look to diversify his economy rather. Two town center for Viper is up now. So from here, you can see the Viper's got the stable down. He's got the barracks down. He's very happy with this junk in the middle because this is going to limit the potential for his enemy to attack him. So it's going to buy him some time. And that's what you want with China. So now he spots the battering ram coming down. How does he look to respond from this? It looks like he's going to be picking up reinforcements, or at least trying to find some reinforcements coming around with a couple of horsemen. So we can see he's playing into the melee comp, so not going for Chokunu. And this is going to help him out a huge amount just with regard to upgrades. It makes it very easy for you to upgrade your army because you just go from here, you know, +1 range to +1 melee, and then into +1 melee armor as well. But now we see that knights as well as archers moving down around the south side up towards the north. We've got those royal knights that are continuing to loop around, and always very scary. You always got to watch out. You know, you take your finger off the mouse for half a second around those guys, and it's going to be a problem. But now more units making their way around the south. So Viper, unfortunately, the junk, you know, it serves a purpose over here in the middle, but now he's somewhat split a little bit, and now back in the base we can see that Viper is going to have to jump in towards that town center. Spearman moving out, looking to try and take care of the position, but he's going to be in a bit of a tough spot because the battering rams are coming in. The numbers here don't look that good for Zakur, so I think this is largely because of just the reinforcements being interrupted. Typically, you would expect on a map like Dry Arabia, reinforcements are going to rarely be interrupted for the French player. It would only be when horsemen come in and look to try and take out a couple of archers. Obviously, that isn't the case here today. But Viper in a pretty decent spot. If I'm him right now, I'm a very happy camper. His villager count currently on 53, Zakur on 44. So it is going to continue to climb. We still don't see a second town center out from Zakur just yet. But Viper starting to stack up stone as well. That's an interesting thing to note. He is completely stacked up stone. So as I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see him drop down a third town center. The other alternative is that he looks to get outposts up. But going to be catching a few reinforcements here. And this is the consequence of pushing in from this left-hand side, is that your reinforcements do get picked up, and every little bit that Viper picks up here reduces that mass down. And when it comes to the big fight, that's what it's all about, you know, taking the best possible fight that you can. And now once again going to be coming in, he tries to surround the Royal Knight. Royal Knight does have +1 ranged armor, but that's obviously not going to help out a huge amount against these units. But now Viper also going to be looking to clean up the battering rams. Doesn't actually have the textiles upgrade just yet, so villagers got to be very careful up against these. You can see how quickly they get focused down, the archers by the town centers. Keep in mind the town centers can now refocus units away from the battering ram. So you can see the second town center refocusing, or is focusing on the battering ram. It can refocus, but now Viper going to get pushed towards the limit. He is going to be careful right now. We'll enter into the cinematic mode as he begins to push out against his enemy. The second battering ram going to get dropped down behind this. He's going to lose that second town center if he's not careful, but continues to push up. The battering ram going to be falling down here, but all of the archers now going to be careful not to be taken out by those horsemen. Viper looks to come in. How good is this micro? That is going to be the question. Archers need to be focusing down those spearmen. The spearmen need to be focusing down the knights, and the horsemen need to be making sure they're focusing down those archers. It's a very, very key battle here. The Viper's micro looking very, very good here, but now a couple more reinforcements coming in for his opponent. It's looking pretty tight at this point in time, but Viper still looking pretty decent. The hold might be on here, but more reinforcements are coming in. A lot of spearmen going to be coming out as well. He's not paying attention. Zakur, he's not paying attention at all. Going to be losing a fair bit of units here, and unfortunately, this is a great position for Viper because behind this, you know, this is what we were talking about before. he has been scaling this whole time. And now that Viper has held this, what is the response from Zakur? Because Viper is going... Viper is going absolutely ham. Take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. He is turning up the pressure. He is going 4 town centers. He's... This is the equivalent to 6 town centers. I'm not even kidding you, because the Song Dynasty makes it so that your villagers are producing faster. These guys take 13 seconds a pop to produce. He is now dropping down what is the equivalent. He is going Super Saiyan. Literally going Super Saiyan at this point. He is like, and then just pops. He just popped. He's gone Super Saiyan. I mean, we can call this Super Saiyan 4 right now. There are 4 town centers out. He's popping out villagers non-stop. He's got the granary going down. Granary going down. He is going all out, and he's also looking like he might even be thinking about Castle Age as well. This is... oh, what a treat. What a pleasure we are getting today. Viper getting to go Super Saiyan. And it's a rarity to see it. You know, sometimes Viper, he likes to play things a little bit conservatively. Not today. Compare that over to Zakur, who's just... He's hanging out. You know, he's minding his own business. He's here on 2 base. Or rather, 1 base. 1 base. He's got his archery ranges out. He's under a bit of pressure here. You know, he's thinking, oh, you know, I'm still kind of in it. Bro, all right. Let's check the villager count just quickly. 43 for Zakur. Viper on 78. And that's going to keep rising very, very quickly. I would be impressed if with the villagers, Viper has got... Don't do it to him like that, Viper. Don't do it to him like that. 5 town centers for Viper. He is literally going insane right now. Look at this. Viper the Madman is literally going mass town centers with China. I can't even do the math as to how much that's worth. 5 town centers, each one is worth 1.5, so it'd be 7.5 town centers right now. The Madman is literally going Super Saiyan. How does he have enough resources to make villages non-stop and at the same time age up? I am absolutely... I'm clueless. I don't know how he's doing it. I guess he's got the fishing economy as well. And now you can see him just distracting. He spots the 2nd town center out for his opponent. But, I am very much looking forward to seeing how this game ends on villager count, because I expect Viper probably going to hit that 200 villager mark in around 3 or 4 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. Like, that is actually, you know, where it would be. And you can see Viper just stacking up all of the villagers inside the town centers right now. He is trying his best just to keep up with the villager count, and he keeps crossing the threshold to go up to the next age, but he's just not doing it. He's really focusing on his economy. And honestly, like, this is 100% what I was talking about in the early game, where you start seeing Chinese players going 3 town centers. Okay, 4 and 5, it's a little bit unseen. I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't seen 5 town centers coming out of a Chinese player before. But the point is, okay, this is a window right here where his enemy is on... His enemy just dropped a 2nd town center, right? So he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up with the Kardashians. Everything is good. Rob Kardashian, still haven't seen him in like 3 seasons. I don't know what is up with him. But over on the other side, Viper, he's literally Rob Kardashian, and he's having a glow up over here. And you can see, like, look at the economy. It's just off... It's off tap. This is ridiculous. And this is what the power of the Chinese Song Dynasty is right here. This is the true power of the Chinese Song Dynasty. And I gotta say, I love it. I love the way that he's playing it. So smart. Still not moving up. Look at the economy behind this. 66 villages on food. Where is he getting all this food from? I know that he's adding in farms, but still, you just gotta wonder where he's getting it all from. This is insanity right now. He is going... Like, he's in a hyperbolic time chamber right now. Now, next granary going to be coming down. Viper... this is where I gotta start worrying, okay? Because we haven't seen Viper go up to the next age yet, but there is a very clear window where his enemy could push him and kill him. Okay, that is very, very clear at this point. So he's got to be careful. And one of the other things to note is he doesn't have a lot of production. If we look at production right now, he's sitting on 1 barracks, 1 stable, and an astronomical clock tower. Like, he is literally going only villagers at this point, and he's still training them up like a madman. He's on 133 villagers. Compare that over to the French enemy, who's on 55 villagers. And this is exactly what I was talking about when it comes to the power of the Chinese Song Dynasty. It was something that I mentioned in my Chinese base building video, that I suspect this is going to be sort of the future of where China goes. It's an incredible investment in economy, just because they know they can play greedy. They know they can get away with it, and that's exactly what Viper does. Gets to the next stage. Don't tell me he goes straight to Imperial. Oh my god, is he going? He's going straight to Imperial. Oh my lord, look at this. He's going straight to Imperial. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna go straight to Imperial. Fair enough, Viper. You do you. Still training out villagers like an absolute madman. We gotta get a picture of this. Look at the town centers here. This is ludicrous stuff. He's got 5 town centers out, just pumping out units non-stop. What? What? Did you guys hear that? What was that? I think it was the villagers here fighting against the wolf. But 3rd age now coming through for Zakur. So Zakua in a bit of a difficult spot. He's sitting on 60 villagers. You know, he's making one villager at a time. He's like doing his farm transition. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Meanwhile, in Viper's base, he is. You thought the Palace of Swabia was busted. You ain't seen nothing yet, kids. And now Viper hits that next stage, and he's going straight into archery ranges. Take a look at this. Are we gonna have Chokunu, or is he going? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is he going? Oh my god, he's rushing Grenadiers! Viper's rushing Grenadiers! Somebody stop him! Somebody stop him! Good game gets called. Viper literally going Super Saiyan right now, fellas. I hope you've enjoyed this casted game. Make sure you check out EGC TV's Golden League this weekend. Also check out Viper. I'll leave a link in the description to his YouTube channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed this look at Viper and his next level, because I tell you what, nothing's stopping this guy.